Chapter 1 Introduction to World of Handling Selling Objection. Quote, one of the best predictors of ultimate success isn't natural talent or even industry expertise, but how you explain your failures and rejections. Daniel H. Pink, author of 5 books about business, work, and management. Believe me, over the past 30 years it has been my privilege to be in as many actual sales situations, selling goods, products, services, or job opportunities, as virtually anyone who ever carried the title of salesperson. Additionally, it has been my privilege to share the platform with and learn from some of the greatest speakers and sales trainers our inside or outside of Malaysia has produced. In truth, your own personality, conviction, and credibility in the application of the principles and procedures of handling sales objections in this book will be the determining factor. But this I promise you, the procedures and techniques which I describe have worked not only for me but for countless others as well. Many of them, as I will repeatedly emphasize throughout the book, need alteration or adaptation to fit your sales situation, so you should constantly ask yourself this question as you read the book: how can I adapt this information to fit my product to my prospect? Hence, I urge you to become an eager student as you dig into how to handle the sale objection. I'm going to be bold enough to suggest that it has taken me lifetime to accumulate this information and several thousand hours to assemble and put the information into what I believe is its most effective form. With this in mind, I don't believe I overstate my case to point out that you probably are not going to be able to glean all the information in one reading. Finally, I propose that as you read this book you are going to be aware of the fact that it is analogous to the Fisherman's Lure. Many sales books are written to catch the fisherman, namely, the salesperson, and not to help the fisherman catch the fish, meaning the customer. With that in mind, I emphasize that the book on how to handle a sale objection was written to help you, the fisherman, catch the fish, and to catch him in such a way that the fish, the customer, realizes he is in good hands, yours. I firmly believe that if you buy the ideas and concepts covered in this book, as you apply the techniques and procedures, you are just doing that. By the way, not to sound like a broken record, over these 36 years I have been a pack squirrel. I have taken copious notes from many great trainers. In addition, I have clipped innumerable sales articles from newspapers and magazines, and have learned much by watching salespeople in action. My library includes books and manuals from the greatest writers and trainers of the last 50 years, and I have over 1,000 hours of recordings from these and other speakers. To give you a foretaste of this book, there are 15 key issues on how to handle and how to overcome objections, such as price objections, or when they say too expensive, when the prospects claim that they don't have the budget, or when the contract is too long. There are other still issues like the prospects has already worked with your competitor. Another issue includes that they do not have the authority to buy or make a purchase decision. Yet another objections would include prospect believe he is satisfied with what they have already. Plus other objections like they are too busy to listen to your talk. Not forgetting the question of they're not buying, as the prospect never heard about your brand. The question of trust objection is a matter to consider. More issues also arise when they say that they do not have the pain you are referring to. Additionally, some other objections includes the would-be buyer complains that the product is too complex. Furthermore, the other obstacles that need to overcome is when the prospects say he is happy with their current product or your competitor. Trust me, there's still more objections like they never heard about your brand. There are other issues like the trust objection, and we are aiming the wrong customers to sell to. Agree or not? Believe it or not, these objections are presented in considerable detail and overcome. However, success in selling lies not so much in possessing certain sales techniques to overcome sales objections, as in knowing both oneself and consumer behavior and having the ability to use such knowledge advantageously. We have tried to keep its main features intact, improving it where we could and keeping it abreast of the times. The thoroughness of coverage and the depth of discussion of each sales objection topic that have been hallmarks of the book since its inception remain. Make no mistakes, the purpose of this book has been compiled to help the rookie and senior salesman to develop his or her knowledge on the required skill to overcome the 15 key areas concerning how to handle sales objections. Plus, this book is really a blueprint of handling sales objections and techniques, and is as capable of helping the straight entrepreneur as it is the salesperson in the marketplace. As such, it has always had a wide audience. It continues to be an eminently learnable book that also can be used for independent, professional study. To conclude this introductory chapter of the book, How to Handle Sales Objections, it is beneficial to repeat some salient points. Yes, in a neat nutshell, you are assured the author is a prolific writer and he is a highly qualified, with hands-on experience together with theory and academic knowledge obtained by his own R&D efforts in the field of selling. Therefore, the contents of the book can help certainly motivate and encourage you and others when applied in the selling process. Not forgetting the 15 selected common objections that is well handled in the book. Alright, my final words for this chapter is best said by Melanie Perkins. She is an Australian technology entrepreneur who is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Canva. She says, solve customer problems and make sure that the customer is representative of a large market, and then you will have a pretty good formula. That said, it would most appropriate now to end this chapter graciously and with thanks. That said, my wish to you that you will excel more in your selling career. Goodbye and with many thanks. End of chapter 1. Dated May 17, 2020.